Welcome back to All the Smoke. My brother Stack missed some flights this morning, so I'm running this solo today. But nevertheless, someone I got a chance to play with or played against for a long time. Someone that, to me, never got the just due from the media, but from a player standpoint. I mean, this is one of the best point guards of my time. Welcome to the show, Andre Miller, my dog. Drab been chasing you for some years to get you in that seat, bro.
Yeah. I've been
busy.
I've been ducking and dodging, but
I'm
happy to be here. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. So what's going on of late? Last I heard, you were coaching in the G League for the Denver Nuggets, but as we were chilling before the show, a lot of shit has gone down since then. So break what happened, what went down, and currently what you doing?
I started going to summer league games after I retired. And
so you've been out, 9 years now?
I've been out 9 years.
Okay.
I retired in 2016, and then, I just started going to, being a fan of basketball and found my way into, going to the Las Vegas summer leagues. And I bumped into Calvin Booth, and he asked me, was I interested in coaching? And I said, sure. So, I became the head coach of the Denver Nuggets G League team, the Grand Rapids Gold, which I thought the team actually played in Denver.
No,
but
sir.
I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
No, sir.
Exactly. The last 3 winners, which was really cold, but great experience. 3 years in the G League, learned if I really wanted to do that, try to coach and stuff. Now I'm out of the coaching, trying to figure out my next move, but it was a great experience, and I was happy to be a part of the coaching style.
Take us back to what that grind is like in the G League. You played 17 years in the NBA. It's a lot different. I was telling you my first year was in the G League, and we had 8-hour bus rides, 6-hour bus rides. We used to fly in little planes like the La Bamba planes. Hopefully y'all had bigger planes y'all flew in. But what is that grind like? Because it's not a lot of money. You really got to love that shit to go play in the G League.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to love it, man. I mean, we was on 8-9-hour bus rides.
Through blizzards.
Blizzards, the Iowa, the Indiana, Detroit, Cleveland. And you really got to love the game, man. And, I just wanted to be around the players, pay it forward, pass on the information. But, it was definitely a grind. I learned a lot about myself, a lot about, the players, to see these guys and how they approach basketball. I mean, we was traveling commercial and on the bus, and you got guys dressing in Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all types of stuff. I'm like, hey, man, look this ain't
money.
It, man. Like, look, we're staying at the Comfort Inn. We ain't staying at no
Ritz.
No Ritz, none of that stuff, man. It was tough, but it was a great experience.
Do you see yourself continuing in the coaching ranks, whether that be NBA, college, or would you like to transition into management at some point?
Whatever's out there.
Okay.
Whatever's out there. I think I have the brain and the tolerance to, coach on any level. And I think, the NBA and college especially need guys, retired players to come back and actually teach the game the right way, and all I did was just stick to my fundamentals of what I was taught and try to spread that message, and I enjoyed it. But, whether it's management, anything to be around basketball is cool, but if not, I'm a fan. I'm going to still be around the game because it's something that helped me out throughout my career.
A true point guard in every sense of the word. You were someone that made every team you went to better. Some of the greatest players you ever played with spoke very highly on just what you were about and how you got everyone involved. Rick Pitino recently said the death of the point guard has arrived. There's not too many true point guards out there. Do we have the clip?
There are no point guards anymore. I mean, if you find it, you'll probably describe him as a guy who can't shoot.
What's Jalen Brunson?
He's a combo scoring guard. I don't think he's looking for the assists. I think he's looking to score. And thank God he is. So, and whether it's the champion, who's the point guard of the Thunder? I said this to the team, who's the point guard of the Knicks, the Lakers, the Celtics, the world champions? The point guard is totally done in basketball. The days of John Stockton are long gone. There are no more point guards. Chris Paul's probably the last one. So you got to play with everybody handling the basketball, 5 out, and just create good movement.
The game has obviously changed since you and I played, and it is, to Pitino's credit, everybody does a little bit of everything out there. As someone who was, again, the leader of the team on the floor, what are your thoughts when they say, the point guard position is slowly dying?
I agree. I agree, and just to be in the G League and even be around some college players, just the conversation alone with some of these, so-called point guards, is unfortunate, but it's a scoring game,
Yes.
and these guys believe that in order to make it, you got to put that ball through the hoop. But it goes. Rick Pitino, he's been around a long time, so he definitely knows what he's talking about. So for him to say it and for me to see it and hear how some of these young guys, these young guards approach the game, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you unselfish? Are you monitoring your teammates' behavior and how they approach the game? Like, somebody might have had a bad day today. Like, you know what, man, I got to get you the ball today. Like you haven't had a good game in a while. You know what I'm saying? Let me get you going. Like that takes a lot. It's not just going out there and passing the ball, but you got to be really unselfish and really get your teammates involved and get to know them as a person. Like, I didn't get to know the Carmelo Anthonys, and again, congrats to him on the Hall of Fame, but, it was just a body language feel. Like, I can read him, Kenyon Martin, JR, Nene. I can read their body language. I didn't communicate with them much, but I can tell, like, you know what? I got to get him going.
It's funny you said that because Carmelo spoke so highly of you and how important you were during his time. Take me in the mindset, because again, you just named some people that could put the ball in the basket. What is your approach coming into a game as a point guard when you have all those type of weapons? You got a Carmelo, you got a JR, you got a Kenyon Martin, you probably got some guys off the bench that need the ball. You got a Nene. Nene was on that team too.
Nene, Birdman.
Yeah.
We had a crazy team, and
Y'all was good too.
I'm a point guard.
Yeah.
And, I got to set the tone.
Yes.
In practice, I got to be available every day. And it's like, of course, you hear how they talk about George Karl.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, man, like George is like, Dre, we got to get them to practice. They're like, what you want me to say to them dudes? You know what I'm
just
saying?
to
Like,
get them to practice?
To practice. Like, we practice hard. It was very, very competitive. But some days, some guys just didn't have it. I'm like, what you want me to say? Like, no, I'm going to just go out there and try to lead by example.
Right.
I might joke around and do something different in practice because we all get tired of the repetition. So let me make a couple jokes. Let me do something to get the three-man weave. We doing three-man weave for 30, 45 minutes. Like, okay, let's clown around a little bit. But, I just tried to read their body language, and I approached it everything in the NBA with a certain level of respect for my teammates. It all started with respect, and that's how I earned it, through the work ethic and the respect.
Tell me what you saw from Carmelo Anthony. To me, one of the toughest guards I ever had to play against. A 3-level scorer, can get a bucket any possession as soon as he steps over half court. What was it like working with him?
Man, it was great, man. Just to see his work ethic, all those guys.
You had a young Melo, right?
I mean, a rookie.
Baby Melo. He should have won it. He should have won Rookie of the Year that year. With all due respect to Bron, Melo had a hell of a season, and y'all made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, we made the playoffs. Me and my buddies was just talking about it on the way over here, and I was like, man, look, he came over there and we worked, and he led. He didn't lead with his mouth. He led with his work ethic, and whether you liked him or not, hey, he deserved to have that type of ego and that attitude because he came to work. And that's what I enjoyed about that Denver Nuggets team. It was some strong personalities, but we all worked. And that's why I respect him a lot. And
again, congratulations, Carmelo, going into the Hall of Fame. Very well deserved. The best availability, how's that shit go? Durability. Availability. Best ability is availability. And we live in a day and age of load management, and you're talking about guys taking practice off, motherfuckers taking games off these days just to rest a little bit. You were someone who was an Iron Man. Is it because I've heard different. I heard 3 games, I heard 6 games that you missed, but you were there night in, night out. For someone who played 17 years, you would think you were on some kind of high-tech regimen and lift and eat, but you just love to hoop.
Yeah, I ate burgers and fries. I ate pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Regular dude.
Ate popcorn, and I let my body gain weight in the summer. I didn't do nothing special. It was just the urge and the hunger to be available in practice, in the games. The 3 games that I say I missed, 2 of them were to funerals,
okay,
and 1 of them was to a hurt ankle, I believe. But I just wanted to be out there. I just wanted to be out there. It was no way that I was going to miss a practice. It was no way that I was going to miss a game. It was just that I wanted to be available for my teammates. Like, they know Dre going to give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I took pride in.
Tell me about, because again, some guys kill themselves in the summertime and you kind of felt like that burns your leg. Like, what was your mindset, and double part question, what was your mindset about summer workouts, because you didn't do a ton of it, and then how long would it take you to kind of get your touch and your feel back once you came back?
Well, I think at the end of the season, like I only made it past Mother's Day maybe like once or twice. That's when you get to like the second third round.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's over, man.
Yeah.
So, I come right back home to Los Angeles and, it's barbecues.
Kick it.
I'm eating. I'm gonna gain 20 pounds in like 4 or 5 days. So, straight up, man. But I take like May, June off. And since I'm not tall like y'all, man, I can always pull up, and I see some people on the street playing and just jump in and play some pickup ball. But, it really picked up once kids started to go back in school in August, and then everybody would go to UCLA.
Yeah.
Let me get up in here and try to shed some of this weight, which I couldn't. And then, play till, Labor Day weekend. And then, like, that's when I started, like, whether I was in Sacramento or somewhere, I started doing like crazy workouts. I go run the side of a freeway, after a club or something like that.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just
Straight
say
up.
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Talk to us about some of your insane
so
random workouts.
We'd go to a club or something, and, I wasn't no drinker like that, but, in order to get in shape, because I wasn't the type of person that'd go get with other guys and work out. I just had my own routines. When we go to the club, like, let me out, man.
Let me out.
And then I'll run from, downtown Sacramento to, Natomas, somewhere, so that's what I did. I did that for a while.
I love it.
And then I just found various routines that fit me. And, I still go into camp like 10 pounds over.
Okay.
And I just looked at it as, I didn't want to overexert myself in the summer because I knew the NBA was a grind.
marathon,
So the guys that was working out in the summertime, they breaking down around Christmas, where we knew that shit. The season started like,
after All-Star.
Yeah, hey, it's gonna pick up. So I was getting into my groove like around Christmas time, and then I fade a little bit and pick it back up when it's time for playoffs.
You spoke about those UCLA runs. What do you remember about those?
Man, I just remember it was this little short guy. You just walk in, he put you on teams.
What was his name?
I forgot his
Why am I
name.
forgetting his name?
The little short.
Adam.
Yeah, he just picked teams and stuff, and I just want to play. So I'm getting there early, it's like 50 dudes in the gym, and, I took a lot of pride in going over there because I felt like, this is where I'm going to get my
And this was the best of the best when people don't understand, like, who was there, like, everybody was in that gym.
Yeah, I saw KG say something to, I think, Wemby or something like, hey, man, go over to UCLA and get after it. Hey, and that's what, man, I had fun sometimes playing over there more than I did at NBA games.
Yeah, that was a blast.
So I enjoyed to see you guys come out, and, I was there right at 3 o'clock.
Ready to rock.
Ready to rock.
You also got a unique experience because I say I made the NBA because of those UCLA summer runs. It was such an elevated level of basketball when I was in college, but you had something similar out in Utah. When you went to Utah, you got a chance to play in the summer with John Stockton, Carmelo, and some of the greatest Utah Jazz players ever. Tell me what that was like, and what guys were out there playing with y'all.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Like, I learned so much in Utah, and the good thing about Utah for me was that, it was no football to compete with. It was just the Jazz and the Utah Utes basketball and football and everything that goes around the university. So, once I left Los Angeles in high school, I only came home one time out of 5 years of being in Utah, because every summer I was looking for those guys, and they worked out through the summer. And then once September pick up, they'll be at Westminster College. Like, damn, I get to play against John Stockton, Howard Isley, Carmelo with these big muscles. They coming in like, I want to play pickup ball, but they pickup ball was running UCLA cuts. And I mean, like, they doing this for pickup ball. So I learned a lot from Jeff Hornacek, and Brian Russell, all those guys, man. I was just around them 24/7. Whenever I can find where they was at hooping, I was there all through Salt Lake.
What were you able to pick up about from two guys, because I think Jeff Hornacek is very overlooked and underrated, who was a killer, and then Stockton. What did you learn at a young age from those two guys going day in, day out in the summertime with them?
Man, I learned work ethic. I already understood the game and how to read it. But, I learned leadership. I remember one time Jeff Hornacek, after 2 or 3 hours of playing basketball, he grabbed me and took me to the other end of the court because he knew I wasn't a great shooter.
Let's work on
He
that.
knew he had me at the other end just giving me the game. You know what I'm saying? Man, that meant so much to me, man. For him to see that I'm a University of Utah player, he took time out of his schedule. This a grown man with family. Hey, Miller, come over here, get some shots up. Let me show you how to shoot this ball. You know what I'm saying? And Stockton, man, come on, man. I mean, he a legend in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's not so nice.
I
You
heard.
know what I'm saying? He's not so nice.
Yeah, I heard he had a chip on his shoulder.
If you come in with a little bit of flab on your stomach, he gonna let you know. Man, get off the court. You're not in shape. Yeah, he was like that.
I like that.
I had a lot of respect. I was coming in there chubby. You know what I'm saying? And I
eating burgers and fries and pizza.
Burgers and fries, and you in that altitude.
Yeah.
And me and Carmelo, man, come on, man.
The mailman.
The mailman. I'm like, man, he looked like a wrestler out there. So I had fun, man. It was a great experience for me.
That's dope.
The football season is underway and the games have been great so far. While I've been watching, I've been playing DraftKings Pick 6. I've teamed up with DraftKings Pick 6 to bring you all closer to the action. New DraftKings Pick 6 customers can play $5 on their first pick set and get $50 in bonus picks. Download the Pick 6 app today to get in on all the action using my promo code SMOKE. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Boost Mobile is a legit nationwide network, so I have to take a break from the jokes and put on my serious voice.
Because we'll never joke about a nationwide network that has invested billions building towers across the country. Not even once.
Not even if Mr. Boost Mobile himself asked me to. There's nothing funny about it.
Boost Mobile is a legit nationwide network and also provides coverage across 99% of America.
Seriously, visit boostmobile.com or your nearest Boost Mobile location to learn more.
The Boost Mobile network, together with our roaming partners, covers 99% of the U.S. population.
On September 13th, we'll change boxing history. Netflix brings you the boxing match of the year. Two worlds, two legends collide in the ring. Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion, holding every major belt, and Terrence Crawford, undefeated, explosive, and only one of 4 fighters in the history to become the undisputed in 2 weight divisions. Get ready for the fight the boxing world's been waiting for. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford, an epic battle for the undisputed super middleweight championship. Canelo versus Crawford, Saturday, September 13th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Live only on Netflix.
You're not a big social media guy, but every once in a while you'll scroll TikTok and see these trainers out here training these kids. What's your take on that? You
Man,
see his face when I asked
don't
him?
get me started, man.
I want to get you started.
Don't get me started on the trainer. A lot of respect to the trainers, and we all students of the game and we all know the game, but to me, it just don't translate. It's great. You see them working on moves and bumping in the bodies, and the one part that I do like about training is the players, when they get like 4 or 5 guys and to play defense and they making moves and all. I like that kind of stuff, but just like the individual stuff is cool. But, I'm kind of old school, man. Like, go find the 5-on-5, man. If you 6'4", 6'5", and under, man, it's somewhere. Go 24-hour fitness to the short gym, and get up and down and get used to working on your craft in the 5-on-5 setting. So, it's big ups, and I'm not paying for no trainer. I'm not paying no guy to train me on some moves.
Hey, bro, and they paying these trainers crazy money too. And I agree. I feel like that's what the game lacks, because our summer times were pickup basketball.
Yeah.
Their summer times are head down. How many times you can go between your legs and make these moves that you probably never going to be allowed to even use in the game? And then that's why I feel the overwater influx of European players that know how to play in a 5-man set, that know how to play without the ball, are starting to thrive, and the American players are kind of getting a little bit left behind.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like, even my players in the G League, I'm like, look here, man, like, you just shoot the corner 3, play some defense, rebound the ball. Oh, man, you hold me back, coach. You hold me back. Like, I got to show I'm like, look, if you got a bag, man, you don't need to show all that stuff in the bag. You just need a couple things. Only the star, mega star is gonna be able to
bag
go,
it.
James Harden it and do all that Kyrie stuff. Go on and do that stuff and see what happens.
You'll be here with me
Hey,
the
you'll
whole
be
time.
right over here. You
I got
know?
a question too, because I think, and I don't think enough people talk about this, and obviously you played the game at the highest level, then you coached the G League, understanding the simplicity in which they need to get looked at. Because I think, like you said, they think they need to go in their bag, but if you're in the G League and you're going to get called up to the NBA, you're going to be a role player. You're going to be at the bottom, towards the bottom of the bench, and you're going to be a specific energy guy, rebound guy, knockdown shooter, defender. But at the same time, I think they think, just what I got to get in my bag, coach. But that's when you're in the G League, that's not, unless you're a draft pick that's getting his feet wet.
Yeah.
If you're a guy that's just been in the G League, you're going to come up to be a role player, and you got to find out what that role is.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got called from management, like, you know, agents calling, management saying like, you know, hey, you got to put my guy at this position so he can get off more, like he can do more, he can dribble more, he could get more shots, and I'm like, man, like, dude, that's not what you're going to be
At the next
level.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be a role player. First of all, you're not going to even be a role player. You're going to be sitting at the bench cheering. And if you do get that opportunity, your greatest gift that helped you get there, all of y'all, is playing hard.
That's it.
Just going out there and play hard and jump on a loose ball or something like that. And maybe that'll get you, you know, a 10-day contract or possibly somebody get hurt and you get a call. But these guys like, hey, man, I got to shoot the three. Like, look here, man. I had a kid this year, big guy, PJ Hall. I'm like, look here, man. Look what's going on with the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? You a four-man. First you rebound, set screens, hustle, play hard. And then you'll find a three ball here and there. But you just can't drift out there and just shoot three balls, because guess what? You're not going to get to do that up top if you get the opportunity. So show that you got some toughness first and that you could bang with the big boys, and then the three ball will come. And he fought me a little bit, but, you know, he did that, and now, you know, he's on this two-way. I think he just had a two-way contract going into this season. But, you know, it's tough at times to communicate that, because the guys believe that putting the ball through the hoop
Everything.
is their way.
Yep. Is this urban legend? Obviously, this is before NIL. Summer jobs in college. Did you work at a bar in a junkyard? Any truth to that?
Yeah, I worked at a bar. Look, man, I took that SAT and ACT about 15 times. I'm sure Moose was there with me taking these preparatory classes. You know, man, I couldn't pass that stuff, man. So I was a non-qualifier my first year, and I didn't go to high school graduation. My mom put me on the plane with a blanket and a bag, and I went straight out to Utah the summer before school started, and I worked in the junkyard for like 2 months, like literally in 150 degrees, separating, you know, rocks from cans, and yeah, it was tough.
Old
you know,
school,
I slept
hard
in
work.
I slept in the closet in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stayed with Keith Van Horn and a couple other guys, Jimmy Carroll, you know, and they had a nice little crib, man, and they didn't have no room for me, so I slept in the closet. You know, get up in the morning, go work at a junkyard, then I go work at a bar.
Got it out
You know,
the
cleaning
mud,
up
huh?
bathrooms.
Fuck it, whatever it took.
Yeah, I had to do what I got to do.
How did your streak end? Brian Shaw had no clue and didn't.
Well, that
didn't
wasn't
play
the
you.
first streak, man. The first streak ended when I was in Portland. It was basically like we had a hit out on Blake Griffin. Like, you know, this dude's flying all around the rim, dunking
down.
and stuff, and throwing elbows, and he just got loose for a little bit, and I got a chance to get a hit in. And I end up getting suspended, and, you know.
What year was that?
That had to been like 2009.
Okay,
I
early
think
Blake.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah. You know, and at
Oh,
that
that's
point,
BD,
I
that's
played
Clipper
like
BD.
about 6 years straight without missing a game.
Uh-huh.
And I got my hit in. And
So he pushed you in the back right there.
well, it was a lot of stuff going on
Leading up
like,
to
man,
it.
Come on, man, like, seriously. But I end up getting suspended. But that's when everybody was, you know, I didn't get kicked out that game, but I got suspended. But shout out to LaMarcus Aldridge, man. The next day in practice, he brought me a big frame, and it had how many games I played in a row.
Oh, really?
And, you know, we didn't practice it. That was an appreciation. I got big respect for LaMarcus Aldridge and my teammates, Jared Bayless. Yeah, I got mine.
Oh, you
in.
cleaned him up. Linebacker.
Yeah. I played
Ronnie
a little football,
Lott. Motherfucker. Throw some elbows at my back. Hey, I remember that
Man,
shit. That was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of respect. I had fun. That was one of my fun times in playing in the NBA.
Oh, so they didn't even
Portland.
call a foul or
They
nothing.
didn't even call a
catch it.
foul. But if you watch the next play, not LaMarcus, but Marcus Camby clotheslined him.
Oh, damn.
The next play. Yeah, he clotheslined him. I think the next play, and I think he either got a technical or kicked out. But I end up having to talk to Stu Jackson. And you know what was going to happen.
You can't win that.
Yeah.
That's
when Blake Griffin, he was jumping all over the place. But
I mean, credit to Blake, though. That motherfucker kept going. I remember when I played with him, everybody tried to beat him up.
Yeah.
But he was a bull. Oh, face mask, 15 yards.
Somebody whacked somebody. Yeah. I thought he could.
So that was your first streak, and then the streak with Brian Shaw. Talk to us about that.
Shout out to Brian Shaw.
Shaw.
You know, like my ego kicked in, really. And you know how, you know, when you get older, you know, and for somebody to tell you, you know what, man, we don't need you to do all that no more. And it kind of hit the ego because I was a veteran trying to speak up for my teammates, and it was just a little bit of a disagreement. And what's crazy is, you know, me and him talked it out. You know, I think within the last 3 or 4 years, you know, his daughter lives in San Diego, and she came over she brought the whole family, Brian, his wife.
Oh, dope, okay.
The grandma. We even got in the studio, started rapping.
Oh, shit.
You know, like we had a good time and we talked it out, man, because like, you know, I never had nobody tell me like, you know what, Dre, you on the back end, we
Tone
need
it
to,
down,
you know,
bro.
and I took it personal. And, you know, we talked it out and it's all good. I got a lot of respect for Brian Shaw, you know, and I hate that it turned out the way it did, but I was like, shit, man, like the only thing I pride myself in is playing games.
Playing basketball.
And for me not to get a DMP, like I ain't never had no DMP in 15 years. So like for y'all to pull my jersey off, like, dude, like what's going on, man? At least let me like put me in for a minute. But the whole team had played. Like, hold up, like, even the rookies, and I'm sitting over there like, man, am I gonna get in? Because I'm in the rotation.
So how'd the rest of that go? Because I know obviously that's going to turn you sour. How'd the rest of that situation go?
Well, what ended up happening with that situation was I ended up getting suspended, and it was like, you know, they locked me out the arena, you know, like from like January to February. The Nuggets was just like, you know what, we just gonna say you away from the team for personal reasons.
But they just wouldn't let you in.
Yeah, so they locked me out the arena. I was working out at Lifetime Fitness for like a month and a half, and shout out to Al Harrington. I get a call from Washington. Al like, man, come over here, man. Now, me and Al was locker roommates in Denver. Our lockers was next, so he went on to Washington. Nene went to Washington, so they both called me, was like, come to Washington. So I went to Tim Conley, who's the GM for the Timberwolves now. I'm like, man, trade me to Washington. They traded me to Washington. And then I finished out, you know, going there and then on to Sacramento, Minnesota, and San Antonio. So, but, you know, it was a good learning experience. The NBA throws so many curveballs at you. And
well, you don't really learn the business side of it and the mental side. I be telling people, like, once you get there, playing is 10%. The mental is what keep people back. And
you thinking like it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. And all my trades was surprised. I'm like, man, I hope it wasn't me. You know, and I hope it wasn't me. And hey, you get to shaking hands. Good luck to you, Dre. Good luck to you. And man, like, where I'm gonna go, man? I got dogs. Well, who gonna watch my dogs, man? Like, you know, but you know, it's a part of the business, and I just tried to keep my head down to the ground and pride myself on being available, which you talked about earlier.
Dre, the roller skater.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your roller skating game.
Man, I've been roller skating, man, since I was about 9, 10 years old,
Still
man.
to this day?
Yeah, to this day. So that's my hobby. Okay. You know, even though my feet hurt.
Rollerblade or roller skate?
Roller skate, man. I ain't putting on no roller blades, man. You ain't catch me in no roller blades, but nah, man, that's always been my hobby. You know, as much as I liked hanging out when I played ball and we on the road traveling, it was nothing for me to find a city. We end up in Chicago, and I find myself in the south side of Chicago at a skating rink.
Night before a game at a skating rink.
Yeah. I definitely go, you know, by myself, or if I knew somebody in that city, instead of going to a club or getting out, I take my skates with me on the road. You know, and
yeah, can you imagine just running this motherfucker the night before a game at the roller rink?
Yeah,
for real.
So, you know, that's how I made friends around different cities through the skating ring, and Shoot, now I'm state to state. I got skating friends everywhere now.
Shit.
Yeah, I got skating friends. I
Watch
love
this
it.
clip. We had LA on the show a little while ago. Watch this clip. Tell us your Dre Miller story.
Oh, yeah. So first year with him, and I had never played with an elite, because I hadn't played with Dame yet, and B-Run was a 2. That's when I was like starting to kill. So team was like double teaming me, like they were fronting me. I couldn't get the ball. And, he talks so high. And then we were cool, I was cool with him, but he would always call me LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm like, bro, stop calling me that. So we in the game, he said my whole long ass name. I'm like, bro, stop. But he was like, LaMarcus Aldridge, come here, LaMarcus Aldridge. And I'm like, bro, first of all, like, stop calling me that. But you know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, when you on the block, just go to the rim. I'm like, Drake, I can't see you. Don't worry about it, just go to the rim. I'm like, man, he tripping. I can't even see this nigga. I was like, all right, bet. We on the block, I'm getting fronted. I spin and go to the rim. That motherfucker is right there. I was like, oh my God. Dunked that bitch out. I was like, okay, we good now. And that's the year we led the whole league in lobs, bro.
Oh, really?
Like, that was that year, bro.
Damn.
It was crazy how easy it was.
Yeah, he's a great lob thrower.
Best passes
Just
ever.
spin to the rim. I was like, all right, bro, I can't see you, so I can't see the ball. Don't worry about it. Bro, no. So we in LA, bro. We in Live having a good ass time. I think we had been winning. So we got a table and it's the whole crew. And like, we asked him to go out, but I don't think he said he wanted to. But long story short, bro, and y'all know this nigga, so y'all gonna get it. We in the club, we having a good time, we kicking it. We on the floor at Live, it's a vibe down there. We look to the left in the corner, it's a nigga by himself just chilling. It was Dre. Like, Dre, what the fuck you doing in this spot by yourself? Oh, y'all good, bro, y'all good. Bro, in the spot by himself, like right behind us in the corner, it's dark as a motherfucker in the corner. It's Dre just kicking it by himself, bro. I said, Dre, like, what's up? Oh, y'all good, bro. Like, do y'all thing.
Oh, that's funny.
But y'all know him, like, he don't give a fuck,
Him
bro.
and Baron Davis have that same type of little tendency like that.
Bro,
That's funny.
we landed in Dallas. He right to the skating ring. Y'all want to go skating with me? Like, bro, like, how random is it? Like, where I grew up, he in the hood where I grew up. Niggas, he was like, yo, Dre here. I'm like, in the hood? Yeah, bro, he's skating.
Dolo.
Yeah, he's
by
skating.
himself, skating, dancing. Like, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah,
One of a kind, bro.
Shout out to LaMarcus, man. I mean, he was probably like, a combination of all the power forwards that I played with from college. Key Van Horn, Elton Brand, Kenyon Martin, all a combination of all them that can play inside and out. For me to be able to just throw the ball up to him, and man, it was easy to get assists. So athletes, man, these dudes were special, man. And any way I could help that dude on the court and my teammates, man, I was just throwing it up. It was a risk, and it was something that I was doing in college with Van Horn. He was like a super athlete in college. Let's throw it up to the rim, man. It's like you got to figure it out up in the air, because I'm gonna throw it.
It'll be there.
It's gonna be there, and and I was nervous at times just about them getting low bridge and hurt. But the Iguodalas of the world, man, these dudes, man, super athletes, man. Like, I'm gonna throw it wherever, and you got to figure out how to go get it. So, shout out to LA, man, and then the full name thing. Like I've called all my teammates by their first and last name.
Their government.
Like, straight respect. Carmelo Anthony, hey man, like J.R. Smith, that's how I called everybody by their name, and I saw that a lot of people tease me by it, but that's how I approached the game. It was straight respect. I didn't call no guys by Melo. I didn't call it like MB. Like I call them by your first and last name, and it got annoying at times, but that's how much respect I got for you. You know what I'm saying?
Was Brandon Roy on those Trailblazers teams?
Yeah, Brandon Roy, man, what a
Talk to us
special
about B.
dude.
Roy.
What a special dude, a special talent. Man, if he was healthy and Greg Oden was healthy, Brandon Roy just couldn't make it through no practices. His knees were shot when I got there. And I felt bad for him because, man, I really thought I could have flourished with him. Steve Blake, Jared Bayless, Martell, man, that team was so good. And I was actually on the court when Greg Oden blew out that knee. And, he was special.
Talk to us about him, because he was someone, I think they call him a bust, but he had a lot of game and a lot of talent, and his body gave out, but he was very skilled.
Yeah, he was like another version of like the newcomer to Shaq. Another version, like that big, that athletic, and play with both hands.
20 and 10 guy.
He was big, and to have him and Brandon Roy, like, I wish Brandon Roy could have stayed, healthy, because I thought I was slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, people say I was slow, but I just had good change of pace. But Brandon Roy, like how he maneuvered and played with that ball, man, he was special, man. Both of those guys were special, and I wish they was healthy. I thought we had a good run over there, because I think the one year we lost to Dallas. Dallas ended up winning the championship that year, and we lost to them. And
But
then
y'all pushed them. I want to say
we
Dirk
pushed
said
them.
that was their toughest series.
Oh man, that was a good series. And the next year we lost to Phoenix, and that's when Phoenix was rolling. That's when they really started shooting 3-pointers with Steve Nash and Jason Richardson and all those guys, and Stoudemire. So, I wish those guys was healthy, but it was a great run in Portland for those 2 years.
109th Street, Rec Center and Watts.
Man, so I heard, my big homie Maxwell, my big buddy Maxwell,
Yeah.
with the Jerry curl. but yeah, man, it was kind of like, right there where I grew up, and, I made all my friends, and it was rough. It was just a recreational gym where you go play basketball and you make friends, and, and that's what it was. I could say I was already tough, but it kind of helped build some different type of toughness.
How did you stay out of, you grew up smack dab in the middle of gang culture. How were you able to navigate, walking through the streets, going to school, walking on the railroad tracks, a lot of people, the burger spot y'all used to, frequent? What kept you safe?
I never looked at it as gang culture. You know what I'm saying? We was kids. It was life. And, I was blessed enough to, have a mom, my pops wasn't around, but, there was a lot of men that were mentors in my life, whether it was in the streets, my godparents, people at school, my friends. I was blessed enough to have friends that had a father in a home, and, I'll go over their house, and if I didn't have to go to the park, or, I just figured it out. So I think it was organic. It just happened. And, everybody was special. Everybody had a talent. Everybody was special in some type of sport or gifted academically. It was just that, our route went different. And, I give all those guys credit, I'm saying, that helped me along the way. So I'm a big family man. I'm a big neighborhood man. And that's what I do. That's why I'm away a lot, because I'm where I'm supposed to be, and giving back.
Who were some other guys when you were coming up ended up making the league that you played with at a younger age?
Man, so, since I was on that side of town, like you had the Ricky Prices in Long Beach. You had the Crenshaw guys with Tremaine Folks and Christian Johnson. And then you had guys from Fremont, the Baileys, Toby and Moose. It was so much. Paul was a year younger than me in Inglewood, but they was such on an elite level in high school. Like, I wasn't on that level. I was just a chubby fat kid with a lot of hair, and I'm like, man, we going to play those dudes. Like, I get a chance to prove myself. And like I said before we started running the Moose, like, they got memories of us going to like superstar camp and like.
Well, it's funny. I have a UCLA, not to cut you off. I have a group chat with some UCLA dudes and some dudes that grew up with you, and I was like, y'all, give me some good Dre Miller stories, bro. They started telling me stories about how you went to an all-star camp and played in sweats the whole time and won MVP, and said Dre was just always marched to a different beat, but he has so much game.
Yeah. My godparents introduced me at 5, 6 years old to that YMCA basketball. I found my way to Inglewood YMCA. And Paul was playing in there. Barron was playing. We didn't know. We was just big time Lakers fans, and I believe the Lakers used to practice there back in the day. So for me to be able to play in that type of environment, and I was always the younger one. Everybody else was like a grade or two older. So, my mom had me everywhere around Los Angeles and on the outskirts playing basketball.
Talk to us about your brother and how your mom started calling you Dr. Dre, where that name came from. Talk us through that journey with your little brother and what you went through with him.
So in a nutshell, I tell people when I do go talk to some of these youngsters and we talk about adversities in life, I was the kid that was at the grocery store when you come out with all the candy. Hey, Matt, you want to buy candy for $1? I'm saying? My brother got sick at 5 years old and became disabled.
He was 1 year younger
He was
than you, right?
we were 11 months apart.
Okay.
And my brother got sick, and he was basically like a vegetable for like 6 years. My brother passed away when he was 11. I was 12. And I was a kid. Like, my mom had this van. My mom had this blue van, and she would allow, I hate to say gang members, but, friends that were older than me, they would take my van, and they had basketball teams, and we would follow them all around. In my age group, we would follow around them too. So, I was a kid that stand outside the grocery stores, sell all the candy. We sell all the candy, me and my friends from the neighborhood, and then we would go to the drive-in movies, or we'd go to a wrestling match, or we'd save our money and go to a Clippers game. You know what I'm saying? So, we at that time, you couldn't even really get in Laker games back then. So it was like, we just got to sneak up there and try to get some Magic Johnson autographs and stuff like that afterwards. But we was taking that money and just going to buy up everything. We was all through Los Angeles selling candy. So, that kind of kept us, my mom kind of kept a lot of the kids away from, all the activities in the streets. But, she let me go a little bit. And then it was, of course, like we all be at home before the lights come on and stuff. And, hey, Dre, your mom looking for you. And I'm running home in the middle of the night. Knew I was gonna get a whooping.
Sprint.
You know what I'm saying?
Sprint.
But yeah, man. So that was the lifestyle. It was fun. And it's a blessing that I got a lot of my friends that that went on this journey with me since I was little. And some of them that get a chance to come home, whether they did time or. But it's a blessing to be able to tell this story. And, we all had these dreams. So that's why I was so committed, and that's why I didn't mess up, because I knew, I can't let none of these people down. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I stuck to my grind.
Talk to me real quick about fatherhood, because, you explained our childhoods. Obviously, I'm Northern California, you're Southern California, but we played outside, we made shit happen, we hustled to get money to eat and to go do shit. Like, our kids never really got that experience, like the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I feel like this generation of kids missed out on so much, because we learn life there.
Yeah.
And our kids don't get that.
It's tough, man. I look at my son every day. My last one, 13, I'm like, man, get off the computer,
Get off the
man.
game,
Like,
get off, go do something.
I don't even remember taking baths when I was little. You know what I'm
was
saying?
out-
It was like
outside.
straight out the house. Like,
Couldn't wait.
we got whoopings for not taking
on.
baths. So because we was gone. As soon as the sun came up, there was some eggs and some bacon waiting, and then we didn't come home till nighttime. Take a bath. When we fall asleep, we right back outside again.
You go across the whole city in one day and come back by the time the lights came on.
Definitely. So, it was fun, but, times change,
Different times.
and I enjoy fatherhood. I enjoy the challenge. And, even though I'm not coaching, I still get a chance to be a father, and to my son, to try to at least set some work ethic, and some values in them. So I take pride in that.
Watts to Utah. What kind of transition was that?
Man, oh man. I didn't get recruited, number one.
Okay.
I didn't get recruited because I couldn't pass those test scores. And I still remember, I was somewhere playing basketball. I think I was in the neighborhood playing basketball, and this fat white guy comes up to me. And I think that summer I played in some stuff called Rockfish. I played in Rockfish one summer, and I was playing like 6-7 games a day. And then I was like, I felt like somebody was following me, but he came in the neighborhood, was like, hey man, I'm offering you a scholarship, but it's not because you can play basketball. He was like, I see your mom running up and down the sidelines. My mom would yell up and down the sidelines while I was playing, and Rick Majerus offered me a scholarship. It wasn't because I could play basketball. He was like, I'm offering you a scholarship because of your mom. So he's like, I don't care if you pass the test or nothing. We're going to bring you out here, prove that you can do the academics. And that was the first scholarship offer that I got. Donnie Daniels, who recruited me to Utah, actually went to Verbum Day, but that was the only scholarship offer that I had.
Damn.
And I took that thing, and it was
Ran
over.
with it. So what was the process? You said you were a prop kid. You didn't pass the test. So what happened your first year? Did you stay out there?
So my first year, like I said, I graduated, and then I
94.
missed
Your senior year of
94.
high
I
school
missed.
94.
Yep,
Okay.
I missed graduation. I went straight out to Utah, started stealing everything. You know, I didn't have no money, man. Like the kids, and I'm happy they got NILs, man. I was stealing everything in sight, man.
Like
I went
what?
out there.
Like what kind of shit?
I was stealing ribs, chicken. I stuffed them. Me and my teammate Brandon Jesse, rest in peace. He just passed away a couple years ago. But man, we didn't have no money, man. Like we didn't have no cars. Like we go out there and it's like, man, like this is tough. So, you know, and I gotta go to school, you know, and it's 200-300 kids in the classroom, man. I was just all messed up. But yeah. Man, we was cooking we was having all rib and chicken barbecues, man. No sides.
Ain't nothing else.
Man, look, man. We was eating.
Hey, I still be having them kind of barbecues, just all meat, steak. We eating
stuff
steak
and stuff, man. I didn't even drink beer, man. Like we was just stuffing stuff all in our sweats, and that was my first year because I wasn't on scholarship. I had to prove that I can do the academics, and you know I got on like a couple probations, and then something just registered. Like man, I need to get this in gear, you know. And after that, my first year, man, I never missed a class. And I got my degree. And what was special, the reason why I tell that story is because when I graduated, you know, when you was a non-qualifier, you lose that year of eligibility. So I only had 3 years of basketball. So when I graduated within 4 years. I appealed the year that I lost to the NCAA.
You got it back.
And I got the year back. I was the first one that did that.
Oh, okay.
So guys like Dwayne Wade, he was a non-qualifier. I mean, he was so good, he didn't have to, stay. I ended up staying an extra year because it was a lockout year.
Okay.
So it was 98.
98.
It was 98.
That was my freshman year. Yeah, Rico.
Yeah, so it was 1998. That was the year we went to the national championship.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I could go to the NBA now, but then the lockout happened.
So you went back.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just stay. I won the appeal, and they gave my year of eligibility back. And then I enrolled in the master's program at Utah. So I didn't finish. Oh, man, forget that. I'm just go to master's school, for just till the semester. And then withdrew from everything, and I was cool. Yeah. So University of Utah, Chris Hill, Manny Hendricks, Donnie Daniels, Tommy. There's a lot of people, man, that helped me along the way because, man, I didn't know how to talk when I got out there. And I was shy, man. I was scared, and, my punishment was public speaking.
Oh, really?
I had to go talk to a lot of kids and, tell them my story. And, it started off with kindergartners. And now I get to go into the jails and the juvenile facilities and kind of, mentor and help out with people.
There wasn't that many people that had your skin tone out there neither.
Oh, man, look, man, I mean, everybody thought I was white anyway. Everybody thought I was half white, so they thought I was Mormon.
Because the good hair.
You know what I'm saying? The good hair. And it was like, it was only two black guys on the team. So it was like we stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience, man. I just talked to Mike Doliak yesterday.
Big fella.
I learned how to ride a horse. I learned how to surf. I learned how to wakeboard. I learned how to ski. Man, I was jumping off cliffs. I was doing all that stuff they do, man. So, and to pay it forward, man, we had a certain level of respect for each other.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I went to where they grew up, and my senior year, I brought everybody to the neighborhood in the middle of the night. We was on a road trip playing Long Beach State, and I woke everybody up. We stole the vans, and I took them to the neighborhood.
I took them
to the neighborhood in the middle of the night. Like, this is where I come from. What
was that like? That's incredible. I never heard that story. What was that like?
They'll tell you the story like about 12, 1 in the morning, and I gave them, the raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? And like, hey, I've been to where y'all come from, where y'all eating steaks and big baked potatoes and stuff. Like, over here, let's go over here. This is where my mom live at. She right here. We didn't go in there because it was nighttime, but we went right through the neighborhood. And hey, get out. Let's go for a walk. Yeah, so, they had fun. One of my teammates
Doliak.
Van Horn was gone.
Okay.
Doliak, he was gone also because he was his rookie year in the NBA because Doliak came out the lockout year.
Okay.
And Keith came out with Tim Duncan, 97. Okay. So it was fun, man. It was fun. And, one of my teammates went home, told his Mormon family, like, we want him to go on a Mormon mission over there. Like, hey, okay, whatever. But, it was just a respect thing. I loved my teammates.
Keith Van Horn had a lot of game. Talk to us about Van Horn.
Man, Van Horn, man, he was special, man. It was like, he was the first white guy that I was like, Like, dang, I thought he was from Utah, but he's from Diamond Bar.
Yeah.
He's from Diamond Bar. So I'm like, man, where did y'all find this dude at? And he was the first guy, every recruiter, every player that came in, he challenged them to a one-on-one game.
Oh, did he really?
Like, I'm going to let you know this is my team. He was that good. And he was mean. You know, and another thing I say, he never played basketball with the Utah Jazz.
Oh, he never played
He
pickup in the
always
summer?
felt he was better. He was already better than them. He was that good. And if he did show up, he'd dominate the whole runs in Utah.
Really?
He was that
I
good.
remember
He
how-
was that good. You know,
Yeah.
but, you know, shout out to him. You know, he just kind of like maybe lost his passion for it. You know, he had a good NBA career and, you know, he had a lot of stuff like all of us had going on. And, you know, he scratched out a great NBA career. But, yeah, that's my brother.
All right, quick timeout. NBA 2K26 is wild this year. Gameplay got a whole new motion engine. Catch and shoot feels smooth as hell, and the rhythm shooting, man, it's locked in. My team even brought in the W, so now I got Caitlin Clark pulling from the logo. MJ talking crazy mid-game, and Shaq bullying everybody in the paint, breaking rims, throwing elbows, straight domination. It's ridiculous in the best way. My career has a brand new storyline. The city's tighter, and you're on the court faster. No wasted time. The first time I saw myself on 2K in the early 2000s, it changed my life. I've been playing the game ever since. NBA 2K26 is officially here, and they didn't miss. The gameplay is clean, feels real, and the legends are showing out. If you're still on the sidelines, that's on you. All over everything. This episode is sponsored by Row. All right, guys, let's talk about the unspoken signals. You know, the one your partner sends when they're in the mood. Maybe it's a surprise kiss that lingers a little longer, or a playful, discreet butt grab when you're in a public place like an elevator. Those aren't just random acts of affection. Fellas, those are cues. And when you get those signals, that's the sign to pop your Rose Sparks. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for those guys who need that secret weapon. After Rose Sparks dissolves under your tongue, they work in about 15 minutes on average. They work faster than the old school treatments because they hit the bloodstream quicker than those old school pills. No more waiting for the pills to kick in. When the mood is right, you'll be ready. With Rose Sparks, guys get more control in bed and more pleasure for their partner. Row connects guys with medical providers 100% online, so you don't have to waste time in waiting rooms or have awkward conversations with those in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to your door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Rose Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/smoke to find out if the prescription of Rose Sparks is right for you. That's ro.co/smoke for $15 off your first order on a recurring plan. Compound drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For safety information, go to ro.co/safety info. Time for tip-off, time for a line. Whether you're catching the game from a couch or calling shots at the stadium, bring the taste of the beach to every play with Corona, because there's nothing better than enjoying the basketball season with the Corona in your hand. So when it's time for tip-off, grab the beer that brings the beach to you. Corona, La Playa awaits. Today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
114-20 in your college career, lost to Kentucky 3 out of 4 years. That was the teams with Ron Mercer and them.
Look, man, we had a good team. They
Hell
beat us
yeah.
by 60. Ron Mercer,
Who was on the
Antoine
team?
Walker,
Yeah.
Tony Delk. Man, that Walter
McCarty.
McCarty. Look, man, I was shaking in my heels on that court. We played in Minnesota. I'm like, hold up. Like, and I say, like, after the first 10 minutes, Rick Majerus was like, we just going to try to cut this down 5 points at a time. That game was over. We literally lost that game at least by 40 points. And we was like a top 10 team.
They just
Ran through the tournament. That was like the best combination of talent that I played against.
That's dope.
Bullshit jerseys.
Oh, they was ugly. Yeah, so it was fun. It was definitely fun, man. It was, you know, that team and the North Carolina team in '98 with Antoine Walker and Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Like, look, man, like they come out, Vince Carter, you know, doing all this stuff in the warm-ups. I'm like, man, we finna to get blasted. We about to get blasted. And this was when Antoine Jameson couldn't even shoot. He was just shooting 5-foot floaters.
Yeah, floaters, float game.
Like, no, like I'm like, hold up, man. Like Vince Carter, like I ain't never seen nobody jump like that before. Like in college, like dude, you're not even human, man. And we luckily enough beat them. You know the team, Mike Bibby,
Yep.
Arizona. Him, Dickerson, Miles Simon. Every time I see them, I get mad. You know, because they was, I mean, like Mike Bibby don't get a lot of credit, man. Like as good as Allen Iverson's crossover was, I could never get Mike Bibby crossover.
And right
you know,
into
like
a jumper
it was just
too.
I couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, Mike Bibby, Derrick Rose. I do, man. Like y'all just got too many moves. Like, let me back up because I definitely failed a couple times.
The art of the post game for a guard. John Wall gave you a lot of credit. Said you're the best he's ever seen for a guard on the block. But it was, you know, Cassell, J. Kidd, Peyton, Barron. Why was that important to have in your bag during that time in the league?
It was just something that I always watched when I was little. I used to watch Gary Payton. I used to watch Magic Johnson. I used to watch all the big guards when I was little and how they, you know, finesse their body around the basket. And, you know, even I watched the Kevin McHale's and the James Worthies of the world. It was so many bigs back then that had post moves. So it was nothing like to be in the neighborhood and it wasn't no one-on-ones on the outside. It was banging on the inside. So I developed that post stuff, and I didn't do it too much in college, but who gave me the confidence to start doing it in the NBA was John Lucas.
Oh, really?
John Lucas. He was
in Cleveland?
Yeah, in Cleveland. He was the coach my third year, and, you know, he'd be like, Richard, you know, man. He always called me Richard Pryor, like, go down there and post up, you know, and he let me do my thing, man. And, you know, it was all on what I saw, you know, the Gary Payton. You know, Gary Payton did it to score. Jason Kidd did it to pass. And I just kind of used it as a combination, you know, of passing and, you know, because I felt like I had an advantage at times versus smaller guards. So
8th pick in the draft. Who was the number 1 pick in your draft?
Elton.
EB.
Elton Brand, one of my favorite teammates. Elton.
Great dude.
Barron, Steve Francis, Lamar, Corey Maggette, Sean Marion. Did I say Stevie Francis?
Yeah.
Ginobili. Did you know Ginobili?
He was a second round, late second round pick, right?
Ginobili. Yeah. It was a lot. Jonathan Bender.
So much game.
Yeah, it was some good hoopers. Richard Hamilton.
Real.
Ron Artest.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call this. What do you call it?
We call him Ron Artest.
Okay, Ron Artest.
So you finished 4th in rookie voting that year. Your first year in Cleveland with Sean Kemp, Slick Rick, Ricky Davis, Lamar Murray, Bob Sura, Big Z. What was it like out there?
That was fun, man. But, you know, it was like I'm coming in as a young guy and, you know, going to get donuts. Sean Kemp always had me running to get a bucket of chicken.
Before games?
Yeah, man, anytime in the middle
That's
of the
when
night.
he got a little bigger.
Yeah, that's the year he came over there. Like it wasn't Sean
Big fella.
Sean Blimp. They started calling him. But like, man, like he came over there like 280, 290, and I was still throwing him lobs. He was still averaging like 20 and 10. And Clarence Weatherspoon, Brevin Knight, Earl Boykins. Like I'm like, man, these is real NBA guys. And, you know, like to sit in the locker room and, you know, the first time I seen a vet curse out a coach.
Who did?
Like, I think it was Clarence Weatherspoon. I'm like, man, this the NBA?
You can cuss coaches
Like,
out?
cussing coaches out, throwing chairs. Like, man, like, I'm just sitting in the corner.
Chilling.
Like, yeah, this how they do now. But, you know, a lot of mentors, man. I was blessed enough to be around some good vets.
You were selected to the 2002 FIBA team. EB, Antonio Davis, Baron Davis, Michael Finley, Rafe LaFrentz, Sean Marion, Reggie Miller, Jermaine O'Neal, Paul Pierce, Ben Wallace, Jay Williams, to name a few. What was that experience like?
Well, give y'all a setup of how that team came about, because I believe George was the coach of that team.
Carl?
George Carl was the coach of that team, and I think the year before that was 9/11. So I don't know if y'all remember, like the megastars didn't want to play for USA basketball. The Kobe's, the Shaqs, and all them, they didn't want to play. So they sent, like, I guess you would call us the second tiers, the up and coming ones. And it was rough. I think we came in like 6th place. Yeah, we was getting toe up. That's when we first saw Manu Ginobili. That's when we first saw
Vlade.
Yao Ming.
Vlade played against Vlade.
Yeah, man. Like these dudes is good. The Gasols from Spain. Like Nene, Brazil. Like they were some good ball players, man. And we just didn't gel well, man. Like we was arguing. Like, man, we got legends on it. Reggie Miller, we got Antonio Davis. We got good talent, man. And it just didn't
come together.
It just didn't come together like it should have. But you know, it was a good experience. You know, the games were in Indianapolis, but man, we didn't win nothing. We didn't win nothing. We was getting tore up, but it was fun though.
Clippers. You get a chance to come home and play for the Clippers. Back to the city. What was your first thoughts?
Man, I'll give y'all an example. So I played 3 years. I was telling my buddies about this coming over. You know, the first 3 years in Cleveland, this was pre-LeBron. And John Lucas, my third year, of course, y'all know he got fired because he was working out LeBron. And I didn't know who LeBron was in high school. You know, he was in high school and they was like, you know, Cleveland, I think Paxson was GM. He's like, man, we want you to go give this Player of the Year award to this kid in Akron. And I'm like, who y'all talking about? Like, man, I just led the league in assists. I'm feeling myself. And like, it's this kid, he gonna be an all-time great. His name LeBron James. I'm like, cool. So I go give him the award. And I'm like, man, this NBA stuff, man, go get an education, man. Like, go to college, get an education. And then I come back and I talk to management at the end of the season. And John Lucas was already like, man, you should just ask for a trade because they gonna tank the season. I'm like, tank the season? So I asked for a trade, and I got traded to the Clippers. Now I come home, and the Clippers, this was like the year before, they was the knuckleheads, Darius and Quentin, and then so Darius go to Cleveland, I come to LA, and you know, I wish I could have, I mean, it was the home team. I wish I would have been on the Lakers or something, you know, but I come to the Clippers, and it was a great team because I link up with Elton, Corey Maggette, Lamar, and then I'm back home, man. So it was tough. It was tough to concentrate, you know, but I was able, you know, for my friends and family to see me as a hometown kid to come support me, man. It was, you know, I bought a lot of tickets, man.
Yeah, people don't understand that side of the game,
I bought a lot of tickets,
bro.
man, like 100 tickets,
what do we
man.
get, like 2 or 3 for free, and then you got to buy the rest?
Yeah, people don't understand that, you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, oh, man, I need 100
Every
tickets.
game?
Every game. Every home game, you know what I'm saying? And the people that didn't get the text message, you know, they'll pop up to the arena, Staples Center. Hey, here come the ball boy, Miller. You got like 10 people out there waiting for tickets. Like, shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great experience, man. I came home, played in front of family and friends for that 1 year, and I got up out of LA.
Couldn't do it.
I went straight to Denver where Carmelo was at.
Talk to me about coming to LA and then your practice facility at Southwest Community College.
Look, man, like, you know, it was the NBA at the time, you know, so for me, it was right down the street. I actually went to the school right next door.
Oh, did you really?
I went to Cabrini, San Francis Cabrini, from kindergarten to 4th grade. So I went to that Catholic school for 4 years, but as soon as I came home, and I'm like, hold up, we practicing at Southwest College, and back then we was already scared to go right there because everybody used to say that's the earthquake fault.
Oh, okay.
Like this shit gonna fall because it's a major earthquake fault. And then we had to go down to the little, I don't know if you remember, it was like a little locker room.
That was nasty. It was like an equipment room.
It was like little mice in there. And I'm like, man, like, and then the ball guys would like just throw all our stuff. We had to find our practice gear, man. Like, it wasn't in no net bags or nothing. Like, just grab your stuff.
Had to keep the door open,
man.
so
I
they didn't
started
rob
bringing
your
all
car
my
in the parking
homeboys to
lot.
practice. Oh, man, but it was what it was.
Off to Denver. 6 years, $55 million.
Damn.
Play with the young Melo. We talked about this team already, but just change of scenery, different coach, young, talented team. Favorite part about that Denver team?
The favorite part about the Denver team was gambling. Gambling and hanging out and just, I mean, like, it was probably the most competitive team that I was on. It was the most, like, and I'm talking about practice. Like, we had this trainer, Steve Hess. We had Steve Hess. Man, we would get together in the summertime. He'd take us running up in the hills and stuff. The Red Rocks, man. And we was young, man. You know, we had a good coach in Jeff Buzelic, who like some guys didn't really like. He was actually one of my favorite coaches. And then of course George was doing ESPN at the time, so he was like, you know, throwing all of us under the bus. Like, this team is immature. And then when they fired, I think it was Jeff Buzelic. Then we had Michael Cooper, lasted for like 2 weeks.
Coop was the coach?
Yeah, Coop came in for like 2 weeks, and then they let Cooper go, and then George Karl got the job, and then that's when we won like 30-some games and went to the playoffs, and then that, you know.
If you guys could have kept that core together, how good of that team could have been?
The core did stay together. I was the one that got shipped out. You know, I got shipped out for AI.
Yeah. What was that like?
I was mad. I was mad because, you know, George was asking me to do so much as a point guard, you know, like, because he couldn't communicate with them. Like, what you gonna say to Kenyon if he don't want to practice today? Like, you know, Marcus can be defensive player of the year, like, and you complaining about him shooting his jump shot. So like, I ain't practicing today. Like, okay, Andre, I want you to go talk to him. What you want me to say? So I end up being the one that was shipped out for AI. And yeah, I had to leave everything behind, and, you know, and at that time, the first year we lost to, I think, Minnesota, San Antonio, and the Clippers in the playoffs. So they felt it was time to upgrade. So I got traded for Allen Iverson, and Philly was trash.
Oh, nasty. I just
They was trash over there in Philly. So I went over. Yeah, Mo Cheeks was the coach, and I get over there, man. I was so hurt. It was the first time I actually talked in the locker room. I was like, man, I didn't come over here to lose, man. And what was crazy was that year, if they would have lost all those games, they probably would have drafted Kevin Durant. We end up winning a whole bunch of games when I got over there. But if they lose on that pace that they was with AI, that's the year Greg Oden came out. That's the year Kevin Durant came out. Y'all would have had top 3, top 5 pick. Like, man, I'm not trying to lose, man. And, you know, Iguodala, young Lewis Williams,
Korver.
Willie Green, Kyle Korver.
Yep.
Man, I had fun over there,
Dallin
man.
Bear. Yeah.
Dallin Bear,
Yeah.
Reggie Evans.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I got traded from Denver to Philly, Reggie was in Denver. I told, who's the GM? Billy King. I said, look here, man, go get this strong dude from Denver, man. Like, we need somebody to battle.
They went and got him.
They went and got Reggie Evans, and then the next year, Elton Brand came from Clippers. So I had fun, and that was one of my fun times to be around Iguodala and Lewis Williams, you know, because I saw like Allen Iverson all in him. Like, you know, let me give him the ball because he could score.
Get a bucket. Yeah.
You know, so I had fun on that team.
Back to Denver. 11-13. Gallinari, Ty Lawson, Fareed, JaVale McGee, a little different scenery, but franchise record 57 wins. You guys run into a young Golden State Warriors team with Steph Curry. When you see that picture right there, what you think?
Back up.
It's coming.
Back up. That's when he was a baby. His ankles was hurting at the time, too. He had bad ankles. I was like, look here, man. But what's crazy is I felt that team that we had in Denver was probably the best team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but George Karl, man, he was practicing us so hard for like 6 months, man. And right before the playoffs started, Gallinari tore his ACL. And Gallinari was our best player. Gallo was our best player.
He's about 7 feet tall, right?
Got to be 6'11". I'm just seeing him going head up with Kevin Durant.
Hell yeah.
And right before the playoffs started, I told George Karl, I was like, look here, man, like these guys' bodies are tired. Oh, we got to get work in. We play the Dallas Mavericks in Denver. Gallo blow out his knee. And we got to go play these dudes because I think we was like a 2 or 3 seed and they was like a 6 seed. Man, that's when I knew him and Clay, like that ball was just going through the hoop different. Like it wasn't like I know shooters. We know shooters. Ray Allen, Stojakovic.
Different.
But the way they ball went through the basket was, it didn't even hit the net. And I knew, you know, I was so upset because I felt we could beat them. And, you know, we had a nice squad, but that kid, he different. Like, I didn't even guard him no more. I'm like, let me go guard Jared Jack or something. You know, like, you know, all of them was good, but this guy right here, like, I think I might be like 30 years old right there. So,
old school.
Oh yeah,
Good question.
Well, I always got joked on because of my shoe contracts. You know, it was like Converse, then Adidas, and you know they always snatch my shoes and throw them around the locker room and stuff like that.
Make fun of
you
your
know, I
shit?
just like, you know, because my shoes was ugly, man. Like everybody, like you know, so like I had to put my little swag to my shoes. You
So
know,
you used to tie your laces
I
around
ain't
the
got
back,
time
right?
to be, cause I tie my laces behind my back, and they like, Dre, what you doing? You know, but it's something that was my superstition.
Okay.
You know, I never wore tape. I had my ankle bracelets, the old school ones that lace up. I laced them up
And lace the fuck
and
out
then
your
laced
shoes.
the shit out my shoes.
So you used to make both sides touch, huh?
Man, no, not all. no. What's crazy was my shoes, I kept them loose.
Okay.
I kept them loose, you know, because I could, you know, kick them off, but it was like the laces still tied up, you know. That was my superstition, though, and I used to get joked on
Motherfucker
about
used
that.
to tie your shoes
But yeah.
around the back. Quick hitters, man. First thing to come to mind, let us know one album you can listen to with no skips.
I don't even be listening to music like that. I don't like I'm an old school dude. Like maybe like Tupac, maybe like one of them Machiavellis.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Right
like
with you.
one of those.
Top 5 point guards of all time, in your opinion.
Magic, Isaiah, Stockton, J. Kidd. And I didn't see Oscar Robertson play.
What about Steph, CP, any of them dudes from the modern era? You all
I was a Steve Nash fan.
okay?
I was a Steve Nash fan because, I mean, who shoots 90, 50, 40? You know what I'm saying? I was a Steve Nash fan, but, I mean, you got Steph. You got to put Steph in there. You know, Isaiah, Steph, Magic, Stockton, and Kidd.
Dream pick and roll partner from past or present.
Nene, LaMarcus Aldridge. I like Elton Brand too, but as far as like I know when they shoot the ball, it's gonna go in. LaMarcus Aldridge, and then like Nene, y'all played against Nene. It was like as soon as you give him the ball, it's like, you know, his thumbs look like fingers.
Guard your chest.
Yeah, his thumbs look like fingers. Like for real though.
Favorite person to throw a lob to?
Iguodala.
Oh, he used to go get him.
Iguodala and Van Horn. Those were my favorite guys to throw lobs to. Canby. Because, you know, like we used to just run, y'all know, floppy. It can be like, it was nothing, like, it was automatic.
Slip, go to the rim.
Canby, Iguodala, and Van Horn. Man, I don't know why he was blocking it. Send him back, send him this way, Skrilla. Send him this way, Skrilla.
Top 5 LA Hoopers of all time, in your opinion.
It's just too many.
Give me your era, so you don't have to go all the
My
way back
era,
or all the way forward.
like I got to give a shout out to Raymond Lewis,
Yeah, absolutely.
Dennis Johnson.
OG, rest in peace, yeah.
I was a fan of Ricky Price. Ricky Price, man. Like Ricky Price in high school, man. I thought how you get to Duke, man? Like kids from LA getting scholarships to Duke? Like Ricky Price was like that in high school. I mean, I'm just counting Southern California. I don't know who else.
Barron, Paul.
Man, Paul, you gotta put Paul. You got Tayshaun Prince.
Tay.
That other guy, he was like the LeBron. I didn't really know him.
Shea?
Him.
Shea Cotton?
And he's from LA. Shea Cotton, Tayshaun Prince, Barron. Man, there's so many dudes,
Ton of
man.
talent.
Russell Westbrook, James Harden.
Yeah, ton of talent.
Man, this goes on and on.
Guilty pleasure
Guilty pleasure?
that you could speak on.
I mean, like, man, chocolate.
Okay.
Candy, man.
Candy. What kind of candy?
Man, I'm gonna tell you a story, man. You know, I'm playing in Portland, man, and me and my woman, we go, the day before the game, it was a chocolate, like a convention. And like convention centers is huge, so it was just unlimited chocolate, man. And
It was heaven.
the day before the game, man, I'm just in there eating all kind of chocolate, different stations and stuff, and I forgot who we was playing the next day, but I could feel it coming. I just overdosed on chocolate. And the game starts, man, and the first trip up and down the court, I literally ran off the court and I had to go to the emergency room.
Really?
Yeah, they put me to sleep, man. They
You had to pump your stomach?
They morphined me. They put me to sleep for like 2 days.
Because you ate so much chocolate.
I ate so much chocolate, man. I overdosed, man. Like I ate like literally like I had food poisoning, everything.
Damn.
Like, man, I literally ran straight to the shower. Like they was looking for me. They had to bring, like it was the first time I had been on a stretcher.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, they
Just
got
hit
me
you
up
all of a
out of
sudden.
there, you know, like took me straight to the emergency room and
For too much
they
chocolate.
too much
That's
chocolate,
fucking
man.
wild, Dre.
Yeah, chocolate. You gotta be careful that chocolate.
If they ever come back with Willy Wonka, we definitely gotta get.
Yeah, like
Man.
yeah. I ate like all types of chocolate. Peanut chocolate, caramel.
I don't even like chocolate.
What's that other where it got mint chocolate?
Right, every different flavor.
Yeah, and I was right there in the emergency room.
Funnest teammate in your career, college or pros?
Iguodala was funny. Reggie Evans was funny. Lamar Odom.
Classic.
Lamar Odom.
He don't even try to be funny.
Keon Doolin.
Yeah, oh man, we work with Keon.
And somebody with an accent, a country dude with an accent, man, them dudes is always funny. Like he was like,
Keon used to talk so much shit, bro. He told us that, but he used to talk so much shit.
He might be one of the funniest dudes. Yes. I couldn't even pay attention around him.
Yeah. Last question. One person you would like to see on the show?
I like the humble guys. I watch you guys show more than anything. Man, I want to see Tayshaun Prince.
Man, I've been trying to get Tayshaun on.
I want to see Tayshaun Prince because he's one of the quiet, one of the quiet LA guys that you
had a great career.
People be saying I'm mysterious. Like, where you be at, Dre? Like, Tayshaun, where you at? Come. You don't never
hear Tay. Tay was our class.
Tay, man, super cool dude, man.
Great dude.
Super cool dude. So I'm a fan of Tayshaun Prince.
That's a good call because I've been on you too. So, big bro said it's time to come sit down, man.
I'm a big fan of him.
Well, Dre, man, I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you for having me,
one of the best point guards I didn't play against in my time, and I love the fact that you may not have got the recognition in the league, but the players always gave you your respect and spoke so highly of you, and I know that's important.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Your peers.
Facts.
Because it was hard. So thank you for having me.
That's a wrap. Andre Miller, All the Smoke. You can catch us on All the Smoke Productions YouTube and the DraftKings Network. We'll see y'all next week.